this is my POS. So when I first found out about MPX, I thought like, oh, it was going to be a really cool way to just collaborate and be able to do a lot of group projects, because I feel like I do my work best when I'm working with other people. But then a lot of other people are telling me that it really doesn't prepare for you for the real world, and there's a lot of stuff that you don't learn, and when you go back to the standard learning, you're kind of going to be behind and you have to catch up, and it's just going to be really hard. But then my dad started talking with Kaiwa's dad, who's the creator of MPX, and that's when I kind of realized that I didn't have a choice whether I was going to standard or MPX. But after this first semester, I kind of realized that this is probably one of the best choices I made in my life. It actually helped me to gain some superpowers, and I'm going to speak about these superpowers. So my first superpower is the power of leadership. Leadership is obviously very important when it comes to our daily lives, so I wanted to learn more about it and how to become a better leader. When I first started NPX, I didn't know much about how to lead and what to do, and the past experiences I had weren't that great. So when I joined it, it really helped me learn the ins and outs of leadership. Although it might not have been intentional, when you do group work, a lot of the time you kind of have to be in charge of certain parts of the presentation or like your group and stuff, and you end up having to help other people who might not be as might not know as much as you, and when they go for your help, you're actually going to have to help them so you can finish the project as a group. I usually don't like leading because I am very much afraid of messing up and people really not paying attention to me or listening to me. But because in MPX we all work together for at least like 3 hours a day, I really started to get comfortable with everyone, and I feel like less nervous about just trying to be a better leader. So I believe that I am currently a competent leader. I am not perfect, but I am still able to lead other people. So when we did our chemistry and conflict project, I was put in the group with Adonis, and when we first started, it was a little bumpy. There was some problems that we had to fix out, but it really gave me a great opportunity to become a leader, and I was able to, because I was in charge of the art project, so it really just put a lot of pressure on me, and that situation forced me to lead some parts that I really didn't know much about. And I think when you're thrown into a situation and you're forced to adapt, you end up adapting much faster. So I think this is what actually happened to me, and I believe that I became a better leader out of this one. So my second superpower is communication. So I think in a perfect world we'll be in a state where you can just say something and then people will know exactly what you're talking about. And I know it seems pretty simple, but it's actually really difficult to understand, and this became really apparent when I did my imperialism project. So in our imperialism project, our communication wasn't that great, and we ended up having to improvise because of that. We had some problems with who was going to do what research and who was going to bring what things in, and it was really the miscommunication was our downfall and what caused us to not be able to finish the project as how we wanted it to be. But I think that even though we did that, I feel like we did pretty well for what we had, and I think that it ended up being a pretty decent project. This kind of showed me that communication is key. You really need to clearly explain to people what you specifically want, because what you might think is easy to understand might be near to impossible, and then something will mess up, and it's not only their fault, but it's also your fault for not communicating as well. So I learned a lot from that project, and it helped me become a better communicator, purely because of the fear of making things worse, and it was a really good motivator. So my third superpower is research. I know that's not really research, but I kind of have to find a picture for it. But research, as you know, a lot of people don't like it. It kind of sucks because it requires you to find information that you usually aren't invested in. You might not know whether the information you're doing is credible or if it's just someone's opinion or more fact. So I had troubles researching in the past, but when we had to create an infographic for our chemical bonds, I didn't get a picture of the chemical bonds because it was there, but this is the other infographic. And pretty much for the chemical bond project, I had to explain the different types of chemical bonds, how they relate to each other, and how they relate to like us in the daily world. So when we first started, I really had no idea about it, and then like when I started to research the definitions, in the definitions there were words that I had no idea what they were, so I had to like research these things in order to understand what the definition is. So when we did that, it kind of helped me like think that you have to research more than just one place, like more than just one place, because it might seem easy to just like find information and just use that, but it might end up not being that great of information, and your project won't end up as great. So when I started to learn more about databases and stuff like the qualifications of the author, I think it really helped me to become a better researcher. In the end, the project really did help me understand how chemical bonds work, and it also really made me better information. So my fourth superpower is problem solving. So I'll just say that I used to be really terrible at problem solving, mostly because I was just super lazy. Whenever things went wrong, I usually just like to give up and just do something else. But in MPX, since like most of your stuff you do is group projects, you can't really do that. So when we did our trebuchet project, I was really excited. I thought, oh, this is going to be really fun. I just dove in. I didn't really think about anything like all the problems that could occur. So like there's some concerns about the length of the dowel and like the counterweight and how we're going to attach this thing, but I never really thought about it until later. But when we kind of messed up big time, pretty much our trebuchet was not working really well. It kind of was a big wake-up call for me, and our group had to come up with solutions that made it so that our project didn't fail, and that kind of really helped me work on my problem solving, and I was actually really motivated to finish the project, mostly because I didn't want to fail, but also because that, I don't know, it's a really fun thing to do. So my last one is public speaking. So speaking out in a crowd has always been a real struggle for me. I know that it's something that's really important in my life and also daily life, so I'm here to show you what my progress is. So while I'm not completely perfect at it, I do believe that I improved a lot over this past semester. One of the things we had to do is participate in a debate. So our topic was the abolishment of nuclear weapons. And when I first got assigned the project, I was totally freaked out, not because of the research, but because of the thought of having to go in Bach and like speaking in front of people, because I thought when we're going to go up, there's like going to be hundreds of parents in the back, and it's going to be like super scary. But then like after that initial anxiety passed, I kind of thought to myself like, okay, you're scared about that, you're not that great at speaking, so what are you going to do about it? So I think a lot of people, including myself, we fall into this sort of like state where we think, oh, nothing's going to be great, this all sucks, and like I'm not going to get any better. But I think that kind of, I don't know, I just think it's kind of stupid, because like you're able to make it better, but if you're not doing it and just complaining about it, it's not going to be fun, and it's going to suck for everyone else. So after that, I kind of started to rehearse more. I wanted to like start practicing in front of other people to make sure I was prepared in speaking. So I think that when I did my debate, I think I did pretty well. It wasn't like perfect, but I did a lot better than I thought I would. And even though I still have anxiety about speaking in front of other people, I think that my speaking skills have started to improve, and consider this speech right now as my evidence. Even though I do call these things superpowers, I don't think that I have mastered any of them yet. What I did do is I improved them, and I hope to improve them in the next semester. NPX has been a unique experience, and it's helped me teach me things that I don't think I would have learned if I just took the standard class, and I'm really happy that I took this class.
That's good.